Oh god, I'm so sick. I don't feel so good, but we're gonna do the video anyways. Absolution. Likely the number 1, number 2 album by Muse. Released in 2003, it was a follow-up to the fan favorite Origin of Symmetry. It is pointedly less dark than their preceding effort, albeit just as heavy. It ventures into the realms of dance, alt-rock, metal, and apocalyptic symphonic insanity. Right up my ass. I mean, alley. The band has been quoted saying that the events of 9/11 inspired some of the writing process on the album. Apocalyptic themes making sense post-Iraq war. Which does make sense, although the album definitely does feature some lighter moments as well. Endlessly, which has this danceable, funky, fresh stank to it. It's basically considered a love song. There are also some just straightforward rock tracks which we hadn't really heard from the band before, such as The Small Print, Time Is Running Out, Hysteria, and Thoughts of a Dying Atheist. So, it's definitely been a hot minute since I did one of these. Ow! Jeez. This video has been in my mind for so long. Basically since I did my first one of these, which was like almost 4 years ago now, I think. It's been like 4 years. What the f? It's always challenging doing one of these when the album is so diverse. This isn't right.
This just doesn't seem right, buddy, does it?
It's always challenging doing one of these when the album is... This just doesn't feel right still. That's better. It's always challenging doing one of these videos when the album is so diverse. Like, how do I make a song that encapsulates Stockholm Syndrome and Endlessly, Falling Away With You, and Time Is Running Out? You just can't. This time I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach. Instead of making a song that I think could fit in the track listing potentially, I'm going to make a 6-minute song that tries to throw in as many references as I can while still not just being a ripoff. Alright, so first things first, there's one thing I knew would be in this video, and that's some of the motifs that are repeated throughout the Absolution album. Some of those examples include the cadence and rhythm found in intro to Apocalypse Please and also in Sing for Absolution. Another one is the drum pattern that is used in Stockholm Syndrome as well as in Butterflies and Hurricanes. The Hysteria guitar solo and the Eternally Missed lead. I know Eternally Missed isn't technically on Absolution, but it was released as a B-side to the Hysteria single, and I think it's relevant to the music that they were making around the time. I also think that that song could easily fit on the album. Because there's this dichotomy of rich, luscious, juicy, tasty. Because there's this dichotomy of rich, luscious orchestral pieces and hard-rocking jams, I'm going to structure the song into 2 parts, a first and a second. The first being in more of the softer and orchestral vein, and the second half being in the more rock vein. If you're familiar with any of Muse's stuff, you already know we're going to be using the dominant fifths. Might use some diminished chords, a lot of minors. Getting spicy out here. When writing a song, I personally like to be able to strip back all the layers of it, play it in guitar or piano, and make it sound good. That's how you know if you have at the core, do you have a good song, or are you just putting a lot of shine on a turd and making a shiny turd? I don't want a turd, I want a shiny diamond? Good thing. Alright, that was for the orchestral section. Now, for the rock part. Hey bros, I'm here to show you how to pump your songs up. We're coming here live from the beach where I live. First thing you're gonna need is some fuzz. Let's get rockin', dudes. Alright, totally chillin', man. Now it's time for some guitar. Make sure to juice up that tone with some Muse flavor. I can't do this anymore. And there's a lot of strings in the album, like in Blackout, Butterflies, so we're gonna make sure we throw that in there too. There's some oscillating synth and spicy goodness in here too, but I will say it's less synthy than some of their other efforts. So in songs like Ruled by Secrecy, it sounds more like an electric piano than it does necessarily like a synth part sometimes. We definitely want to throw some electric piano in there, reminiscent of Endlessly. I will admit this song ended up sounding a little bit like a Black Hole song as well, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Forgot the vocals. Alright, I'll have to do this later. My throat still hurts. I'm gonna show on the screen which song inspired the parts so you guys can like track where the references are coming from. Hope you like that. I somehow managed to squeak out some vocals despite my voice being utter doo-doo. So please excuse the final product. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like and consider subscribing. It takes a lot of time to make these, and maybe I'll do one for another artist or another album. Woohoo! Hope you guys enjoy the song. Peace.
Everything soaked and drained, left the mirror in the wind. Everything's going to you'll be right and no pride and cold. Let it all free. It's all I can be. Don't you see it's true? Dividing me inside my mind. You fight, the answer's not so clear. Falling weak is our destiny. What I want this world. Let it all free. It's all I can be. Don't you see it's true?
Wow, that was a cool song. Oh, but I'm dying. And on my deathbed, my final wish is that you watch this video of me turning Algorithm into an Absolution song. Please listen to it. It's pretty good. Just ignore the singing again.